In the previous episode, we met some of the people working to conserve gliders and their habitats. But let's take a look at what more can be done to secure a future for these animals. Conserving the greater gliders is more than just saving a single species. It's about saving their habitats, allowing them to thrive in a functional ecosystem that provides benefits to both humans and the environment.
From my perspective, with the amount of land that's been cleared across Australia, particularly for agricultural purposes, but not only, the spread of towns and villages, without taking into account the fact that we need the forest to survive, we need the habitat for all these animals that we want to protect to be active and available to them. The greater gliders are a really special animal. They're very particular to Australia, and unless we maintain their particular needs, then we're going to lose them. That's all there is to that. They also represent a really useful animal that makes people think about the environment in general. So we can use them as a flag to say, if you're not looking after your trees and the forests properly, these are the sorts of things we're going to lose. And so it's a combination of using them as a species that can alert people to the problems, but also looking after them.
But we don't have to leave it to the scientists. Everyone can play their part to save these native species.
Communities can really assist in glider conservation by doing a range of things, getting involved in your local land care group, doing some replanting, but also being simply aware of the presence of these glorious creatures in your local area and keeping an eye out for when they're appearing in your local area. For example, keep your cats in at night, but also watch out for what your dogs are doing if you're putting them out for one last time before they go to bed, in case you've got a glider that's popped into the back garden to try and find itself a snack before your bedtime.
So unless you know about something, you won't be able to care for it. So this is our first step to really establishing those connections to those species, understanding what they're doing within their ecosystem and the roles that they play, because every single species that you see along this journey plays a really huge role within our ecosystems and tell a story.
Historically, agriculture has been the leading cause of land clearing. However, there are people like Gary who are finding a more sustainable approach to agriculture.
It's quite ironic. Most farmers think that taking land out of production is detrimental, but what we've taken out and put into ecological zones has actually increased our production. Obviously, land is a very finite resource, and especially good farming land. So we have to be able to have this balance, and that's what it's got to be. And I call it hand-in-hand farming, where we have an environment in one hand and production in the other. And we have to create that harmony and that balance in these precious soils to make sure we can do this sustainably into the future. Look, the ultimate dream is, what we're aiming for is to be sustainable, be resilient, produce better, cleaner, more nutritious food, and not just concentrating on the holy dollar and the big production. It really is about creating an environment that's beautiful to work in, produces the best quality food available, and looks after our planet in the long term. Yes, we can't get away from farming, but we can do it in a way that enhances the environment, not destroys it.
To me, conservation is not just about protecting the environment. It is about connecting people to nature and fostering communities that come together to care for our planet. Organizations like the Great Eastern Ranges and Kanangra-Boyd to Wyangala link have shown us that by working together, we can create a future where people and planet prospers.